All right. Welcome back, High Flyers, to the concluding week in our SEO content writing course. And today we are going to Module 4. Module 4 is content editing and optimization. And that is about refining and enhancing your content for better SEO performance. All right. So why editing matters for SEO? Editing ensures content is clear, concise, and error-free. Editing also helps us to balance SEO with natural, engaging language, because if we're not careful, all we'll be thinking about is SEO, and we would forget that we're actually writing for humans. So we need to have natural, engaging language. So editing helps us to balance the two. Editing also helps us to improve the user experience with our content and the readability, how easy it is for readers to move back and forth of all our content. So we're talking about grammar, readability, keyword optimization, and SEO. All right, so let's go to proofreading for grammar and clarity, and best practices for proofreading we're going to see, but the tool we're going to be using is Grammarly free tool. It's a free tool which also has the premium version, but we can always use the free tool to start with. So what are the best practices for proofreading? You fix your spelling, punctuation, and grammatical errors. You ensure the sentences are clear and not too complex, and you avoid jargon or overly technical language. So Grammarly will help us with this task. So how do we get Grammarly activated for our grammar and clarity? You can install the Grammarly desktop app. You can install it on your Windows or Mac, okay? You can download it from the Grammarly website and install it into your computer. And once that is installed, Grammarly can check your grammar and writing across all your applications. Anywhere you're doing writing, Grammarly will come up, okay, and help to, improve and proofread for you. You can also use Grammarly in a browser. That means you would activate for example, the Grammarly Chrome extension. Once you have that, you can use it in any of your browsers, either Firefox, Safari, and Edge. Just go to Google and type Grammarly Chrome extension, for example, and then you follow the prompt and it will install for you. And then after installation, it will automatically check your grammar and spelling in any of your text input field, anywhere you are doing any typing, like Google Doc, your email, and social media, and much more. The Grammarly extension will pop up to help your proofreading. This is number 3. This is a mistake. So Grammarly on mobile devices, you will install the Grammarly keyboard app, okay? And then you install it and you enable it as your default keyboard. So wherever you are typing, Grammarly will check your writing in any app. So you can go to the Google Play Store or to your App Store to download that keyboard app. All right, if you don't want to download anything, you just want to go to the site and use the editor, then just go to the online editor at grammarly.com, sign in, upload or paste your documents to be checked, and then you can, once it is checked, you download it back into your computer. You can also use it on your mobile device. Just go to your browser and upload your document to be checked, and then once it's done, you can download it, okay? That is about the proofreading. We also optimize for readability. And what does that mean? You make your content easy to read. And best practices is that you use short sentences, because the longer a sentence becomes, the more technical or the more complex it becomes to understand what you're trying to say in that sentence. So best practices, don't use more than 20 words in a sentence, and then your paragraph should not be more than 300 words. When we get to the boot camp and we begin to use WordPress to upload a document to the back end of the blog, you would see that some of the plugins we're using, especially the use SEO, will bring you out these points for your document. Okay, so remember to break up text with headers, bullet points, and images, and then you aim for a conversational tone that's easy to follow. All right, now we're talking about the tools for readability. We've talked about Grammarly for proofreading. Now let's look at the tools for readability. We're going to be using two tools. They are also free, even though some may have the premium version, but you can always use the free. The first one is a Hemingway editor. This helps to enhance your readability by highlighting hard to read sentences, passive voice, adverbs, and wordiness. Remember when I was telling us how to prompt AI for our text in our blog, I said make sure you tell AI to use active voice. The active voice is for clearer writing, okay? So the Hemingway editor will help us with this, and then the Quillbot is another tool we're going to use that will help us to paraphrase. Paraphrase is like rewriting sentences to simplify or improve clarity, or just that you don't want to use this particular sentence the way you probably copied it. Then Quillbot will paraphrase for you. Then Quillbot will also improve the sentence structure and the readability. So the Hemingway editor has a readability score, which you would see when we get to the practical. You can follow the score to be sure, okay, my sentence is good enough. And then target for a grade of 6 to 8 for easy comprehension. So you'll see the score. And then whenever the Hemingway editor sees complex sentences, it will highlight it, and then it will offer simpler word suggestions, adverb usage, passive voice detection. It will detect it, like I said earlier on, and then it will help to improve your writing. So this is how the Hemingway app looks like when you key into it. You register, sign up, okay? You can see I signed up there. So it will bring out, when you post or paste your document, for example, it will bring out a red underline, okay? To simplify. So if you see a red highlight, your sentence is so dense and complicated that your readers will get lost trying to follow its meaning, okay? It's meandering, splitting logic, okay? No, this is just trying to tell you that this sentence itself is a seriously dense sentence. It's not easy to understand. So when you see this red highlight, it means that that sentence is too technical, okay? And then it will also highlight for you sentences that are hard to read to simplify a whole paragraph. To get started, highlight all the text in this paragraph and click Simplify in the toolbar that appears. So the app highlights lengthy, complex sentences and common errors. If you see a yellow sentence, shorten or split it. Okay, so this is how the Hemingway editor it looks like, okay? And this text here is just telling us how to use it, okay? You can highlight it, okay? You can highlight it and then you click Simplify. We'll get to that in a bit. All right, so using the Quillbot as well, this is how the Quillbot looks like. You would drop your text here, then you click on Paraphrase, and then over here in this box, it's going to paraphrase it for you. Very simple tool to use, paraphrasing. All right, and then this is the use SEO, which we're going to use in the bootcamp. Okay, this is what you do at the WordPress back end. So we'll come to that later on. So balancing SEO with natural language. So you keep content SEO friendly, yet natural. So avoid keyword stuffing, use keywords naturally within the flow of the content, focus on providing value and maintaining a natural voice, prioritize the reader's experience over search engine ranking. So be conscious of that while writing. Okay? All right. The second part of this module 4 is updating and repurposing old content. What does that mean? Okay, now one of the jobs I did for my organization was to rewrite and optimize about 60 of the blog posts that I met there that were not SEO optimized. So you could get a job that tells you, okay, can you optimize all this old contents? Can you change them to become SEO optimized? That's what this part is about, updating and repurposing old content. Okay, so while updating old content is important, it keeps your content relevant and up to date. It helps maintain or improve search engine rankings, and it signals to search engines that your site is active and current. Okay, so that's important. How do you improve your SEO on existing articles? So article has been written, it was not written with SEO sense in mind. How do you now improve it? So simple ways to update your content: add new statistics, data, or relevant information, update outdated images or broken links, refresh the title tag, meta description with new keywords, include internal links to newer content. And let me say that this is, first of all, based on the fact that you have to, especially if there was no keyword in mind while they were writing those articles, then you have to start with getting a keyword. That was what I did with those almost 60 blog posts that I had to optimize. You start with a keyword. What is the keyword for this? It's almost like rewriting the entire article, okay? Because once you change the keyword, it will also affect the title, or it will affect the content in one way or the other. So the first stage actually is making sure that there was a keyword in mind for those old contents. So how do you repurpose content for different formats? Okay, so you can have turn a blog post, for example, into infographics or videos. So maybe there was a blog post before. You can now say, okay, let's turn this blog post into a video. You can also convert articles into social media posts or email newsletters. So you have an article, you can now break it down into social media posts or email newsletters. You can also expand short articles into longer, in-depth guides. So if you look around and you discover, okay, this article is not really in-depth, let's rewrite it. All right? So that's how you repurpose content. It's a summary of content editing and optimization. So you proofread and edit for clarity, grammar, and readability. You balance SEO with natural language, and then you can update and repurpose old content to keep it fresh and relevant. All right, so in this content editing and optimization, we're also going to take care of some tools. There's a document that I'll make available for us that will, summarize those tools. And then when we get to our internship or bootcamp, we'll be talking about using WordPress and the SEO plugin. All right, I'll move to the practical so that you see what I'm talking about. All right, let's go to, this is the Quillbot editor. Okay, you go to quillbot.com and then you see that there's a paraphrasing tool. So what do? Maybe you have a text that you want it to rephrase. So for example, I'll go to this document and copy maybe my paragraph here. Okay, this is a document I'll be making available to us. Then you go to the Quillbot. Okay, go to the Quillbot. Okay, so this one here, after I installed it, you see the extension here pinned. So this is the Google and the Chrome, the Quillbot Chrome extension. Once you activate it, you can call on it here anytime you need to do any typing or anything you're doing. Okay, but now we are on the online editor. So you can paste your text here. So I've pasted my text there. You can see that text. And then I will now click on paraphrase. Okay. Click on any word to see a list of synonyms to change. Okay, so you can also use the synonyms. All right, so now you can see that this has rephrased or paraphrased my text that I dropped. I had before, when preparing SEO optimized content, it's crucial to pay attention to important SEO elements like word count, header tags, keyword optimization. These are tools and features you can use to ensure the content is both readable and optimized for search engines. And then I clicked on paraphrase, and here I am with a new sentence. It says it's critical to consider essential SEO components like word count, header tags, and keyword optimization while creating content that is optimized for search engines. You may use these features and tools to make sure your material is search engine optimized and readable. So this is what it paraphrased for me. For whatever reason you may need to paraphrase, you make sure you check through and make sure that the sentence meets that purpose. Then maybe I think you can click on fluency and ask it to even emphasize on fluency or improve the fluency of that document. And look at that here. It says, when creating SEO optimized content, it's critical to consider essential SEO factors such as these. These are the tools and features you may use to make your material more legible, search engine friendly. So you can see that it has changed that entire statement. It paraphrased it, and then it made it even more fluent to use. I think some of the other tools need you to unlock premium, yes. But these two are free, standard and fluency. And although the words may be limited that you can put per time, but you can still make use of it. So this is the Quillbot for you. Just go to quillbot.com and then the tool comes up for you to paraphrase, to improve the fluency of the document. All right. The next is Grammarly. Grammarly, I think I have. Okay, you can sign up if you want to. I think it's on my other computer. So you can sign up with Google and wait for it to open. Yes, and then once you've signed up, like I said, you can also use the extension, the Chrome extension. You install the extension. Well, right now, I'm signing up on Grammarly. I'm signing up on Grammarly. While we're waiting for that, let's go to the Hemingway app. So this Hemingway app, we said it will help to improve readability. Okay, so this is the app opened up here. Hemingway app makes your writing concise and correct. Okay, so this app highlights lengthy, complex sentences and common errors. If you see a yellow sentence like this, shorten or split it. Okay, shorten or split it. All right, so it says one of 13 sentences is hard to read. Good. So that is the sentence that is hard to read. So what do we now do? All right, so how do we use this Hemingway app? When we come here, we see this app highlights lengthy, complex sentences and common errors. You see a yellow sentence, shorten or split it. So we'll right-click on that. Okay, we click on that, and then it says readability issue. This sentence is too long and complex. use shorter sentences and simpler words. So we can click on simplify it for me. Okay, and then there is an AI suggestion. Okay, you now check, read, and see if that's good for you. If it's not okay, you can say get another suggestion, and if it's okay, then you can say use suggestion. Okay, then we come to this red highlights. Okay, it says very hard to read. Sentence is very hard to read. If you try to read it yourself, you realize it's very hard to read. It says you see a red highlight, the sentence is so dense and complicated that readers will get lost trying to follow its meandering, convoluted logic. Try editing this sentence so that's not too easy to read. So you click on that as well, and then it says readability issue. This sentence is too long and complex. Use shorter sentences and simpler words. And you can click on simplify it for me. And then you can, okay, it's taking some time now to load. And then it says if you see a red highlight, your sentence is too dense, it's complicated, logic will confuse readers. Please edit the sentence. So you see, it has brought it down to a level of a grade 5. This one was like a postgraduate, and you don't need that in your writing so that people can easily flow with you, except maybe you are writing something that is for that level of post university academic. But even at that, there's supposed to be an easy flow. Okay, so we can say use suggestion, and there we go. It has corrected that for us. Okay, and then you can utilize. It says this one. Let's see what it's talking about here. Okay, so that color says there is a simpler alternative. Okay, so there's a let's see the simpler alternative. Just click on it, and it says the simpler word is use. So it has changed that for us. Okay, now let's see what this other color is about. Say they are weakeners. They are weakeners. If you view the details, it says there adverbs, well done, use of passive voice, nice work, qualifier, I think, or maybe. It's just giving us, okay, let's click on it and see here. So it says it's a passive voice. It's passive voice. So use active voice instead. And then it gives us an example. The cat was chased by the dog becomes the dog chased the cat. You can see the difference between an active voice and a passive voice. So let's click on that to fix, and then it gives us a suggestion. Adverbs, passive voice, and other weakening phrases marked in blue. So the suggestion is instead of adverbs, passive voice, and other weakening phrases that are marked in blue, it says marked in blue. So we'll take the suggestion, or you tell it to give you yet another one. I believe it says is a qualifier. Be bold, don't hedge. I think we should becomes we should. So we remove this. So you should. So you can see all that, okay? Any other thing there? It says spelling or grammar issue. AI detected an issue to fix. Marked. Okay, so you can see several things there. You choose based on exactly what you are writing for, because now it says grammar, the other one it says active voice. So you choose what is really, really, really important at this time for you. Okay, what's this talking about? It says AI detected an issue to fix you. Okay, that's a capital instead of a small. Good. Okay, advanced passive voice, other weakening phrases marked in blue. Marked in blue. Okay, I think we should change that. Marked in blue. All right. So read it as well and see the English, because AI will do its work but at the end of the day, we do the complete, we complete the work, okay? So it says that we are on grade 6, and that is still good. It's still good. All right, so this is just an idea of how you would use the Hemingway app. It says between a grade 6 to 8 is fine enough. I hope that helps. Okay, let's quickly check on the Grammarly we're trying to use. Okay, after you've installed, there's so much you're fixing and just to get it set. And then I got here and it says Great Grammarly for Windows and Chrome. So that means it will get you both the desktop and then your Chrome extension at the same time. Okay. All right. Find the Grammarly installer in your folder. That the file is downloaded. Double click. Complete the setup process to start using Grammarly. To write in Google Docs, install the Grammarly browser extension. Okay. All right, so this, for most of us, we don't really like to download anything any longer. So just go up to the grammarly.com, to the Grammarly editor, paste your text here, and then you can just start to check whatever it is that you need to do, working with Grammarly, okay? Just move around it, and you would see that it's so easy to use. That's the app.grammarly.com. Okay. All right. So with that, we'll conclude to the module 4. Okay. We've done the quillboards, the Hemingway, and then the Grammarly. We'll conclude on that. So your assignment is to go through the blog you wrote earlier on and then use these 3 tools to edit your content. Use these 3 tools as much as possible to edit your content and make it to be able to balance between SEO and your readability. That's your assignment for Module 4. As an assignment for Module 4, go through your content, your blog post that you wrote in the Module 3, and use these apps as much as possible to edit them to be able to balance between the SEO and the natural human language. Thank you and see you in the Module 5.